Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. You all saw what happened last episode. There's nothing to say. Let's continue. With your permission, I would make a brief stop at the Extensor Gate, just long enough to send the guard to Becklug's aid, you understand. Were it not for them, we would never have escaped Elidibus, much less with the spirit vessels. Though mine fell into our foes' clutches, Becklug gathered up the rest at great risk to himself. I must see that they are safe before we press on. Enough good people have given their lives that I might fulfill my duty. It's true. Let's get over there. You guys have anything to say? Nope. Nothing new. That's unfortunate. Warrior of Darkness! Exarch! Forgive us this paltry greeting. We were not notified of your coming. It wasn't planned. I need you to assemble a rescue party. Our friend Becklug lies wounded in a clearing to the west. Pray go to their aid with all haste. At once, my lord. May I ask how they came to harm? There have been reports of enemies in our midst, specters who appeared after the star shower. Do they have something to do with it? Yes. The man who attacked Becklug is also responsible for the star shower and the appearance of the specters. I have no time to explain, but know that the individual in question does not seek to do indiscriminate harm. If you do not bar his servant's path, they will not turn on you. You are to leave this foe to us, understood? Meanwhile, I ask that you alert the rest of the guard and focus on maintaining calm in the city. Understood. Lena! I shall take charge of matters in the city. Find Becklug, now! No time to explain. The graver the matter, the less inclined you are to speak of it. Even when it is plain for all to see, like what is happening to you. Lena, this time there truly is no time. I know, my lord. Were matters otherwise, I believe you would even be willing to speak of your past if pressed. Yet I remain afraid to do so. Afraid that what I might learn would make a stranger of you. Forgive me. There is no time. Perhaps a few words are in order. Indeed, time must be made. Lena, do you remember the time you got lost in the tower when you were little, and I searched for you for hours on end? And the cake I baked for your 10th name day? That hideous lump the good people of the Mean covered up with beautiful candles? And your hapless first encounter with the Sin Eaters as a guard? Afterwards you threw yourself into your training, pretending nothing was wrong, though I could see the tears in your eyes. All these moments that we shared, all the feelings that accompanied them, they are as real as aught that came before, and nothing will ever change that. Will ever change what we mean to one another. If I have made you worry, then I beg your forgiveness. Heavens know you deserve better. Through the darkest of times, you have kept faith with me, standing tall as a proud daughter of the Crystarium, as an example to us all. I count myself blessed to have had you in my life, and I want you to know that. Why do you speak so, as if this were our last meeting? Truly, you have a knack for making people worry. Foxy is unimpressed. Besides, it is you who are an example to us all. You who have led us through countless trials, and you who will lead us through countless trials to come. So go, my lord. Do what you must. But take care. Oh, Lena. Here we are. That must be the seal upon the door. This person's name is so Pog. God damn it, of course it is. The ward holds. Excellent. Elidibus will still be within the tower. Our foe's sole purpose is to destroy you, and to that end he has summoned heroes from other reflections, empowering himself with their hope even as they occupy your comrades. You will not best him as easily as you did in the depths. By any measure, the odds are now stacked firmly in his favor. To wit, spare no preparation, my friend. I shall lift the ward only when you are ready. You may now enter the hero's gauntlet with a trust. Well, we're not going to worry about that right now. Well, let's waste no further time. Elidibus has to be stopped. You're ready then. Very well. I shall lift the ward. You know, it wasn't so long ago I watched you seal this place up. Ah, before I began my slumber, you mean? It seems rather longer to me, but yes, what strange symmetry. This time I break the seal, and I have no intention of locking myself away again. Nay, together we will enter, and together we will leave, in triumph. So come, my friend, let us be about it. As pristine as it ever was, the Crystal Tower.
Not here either. We must keep climbing. Twas but a matter of time. I cannot keep up with you, nor will it avail us to make a stand here. You must go on without me. Find Elidibus and stop him. Worry not, my friend. Though I am no warrior, I have learned to hold my own over the years. When first we explored this tower, you and your fellow adventurers formed the van, while I was left to follow in your wake. Suffice it to say, I was not best pleased with the arrangement. How I wished that I could join you. And now I have, here where it all began. I was right to trust in you, and the power of your legacy, of your name, to let them guide my every deed.
For Elidibus is my name, and my mission, guiding my every deed.
Why me?
Why you? Why not you? Had I chosen another, we would never have made it this far. Or do I mistake your meaning? Elidibus spoke in similar terms, you say? How curious. To answer your question, then, I made my choice for reasons which seemed obvious to me, but may not to any other. There were the expectations I placed upon myself before beginning my slumber, and the expectations of those who roused me. Of course, I had the choice to turn my back on a lot of it, but in the end, it was no choice at all. I cherish the time I spent with you and the others. What I wouldn't give to return to those halcyon days. Chasing ancient secrets, overcoming trial after trial with the aid of like-minded comrades. And what remarkable comrades they were. In such company, I felt as if I were a character in the epic tales that had stirred my heart as a boy, as if my dream had come true. It hadn't, of course, for I was no hero, neither then nor after. Though the world to which I awakened and the first were beset with myriad problems, I rarely knew how best to play my part. There was, however, one thing of which I was certain, that I could not bear to let those dear to me meet a tragic end. I'm afraid our time is up. Go! Rest assured, you haven't seen the last of me. I wouldn't dream of playing my trump card save in your presence.
You better promise that, Graha.
Break!
Memories of a possible future. Worthless. All. Worthless as memories of the only past. Fated to fray and fade into oblivion. Leaving naught but a gaping void. The Waking Sands. Yes, that was the place. The place I first made myself known to you and yours. The Seventh Rejoining had left the realm listing dangerously towards darkness, and events were unfolding that threatened to push it over the brink. Thus did I approach you in my capacity as emissary, thinking that you would make a useful pawn. But I was wrong. And for my misstep did La Habrea and Emet-Selch pay the ultimate price, leaving me the last of the Unsundered. My remaining brethren, fragmented as they are, cannot hope to see our mission to its end. It falls to me alone. Defeat is not an option. I will strike you down. I will resurrect Lord Zodiac, and I will bring back those who sacrifice themselves to call him forth. Though it take 1,000 years, upon my honor as Elidibus, emissary of the Convocation of 14, I will see this done.
But know that his devotion is not without reason, even if he himself can no longer remember what that reason is. You worry too much, Elidibus. This dedication to your duty verges on obsession. Those who once relied upon you are no more.
What of it? I have my mission. I am Elidibus, and it is my duty to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. This I swore to someone. We spoke, and I swore. What? What did I... This pain, this torment, is nothing. No more than must be suffered to deliver the world from its doom. No more than any of you malformed creatures have known. Even should you lose all that is dear to you, even should it cost you your life, you bear the burden and fight on, kicking and screaming until your last breath is spent!
Aye, it's true. We've lost much and more. Known unimaginable suffering. But through it all, we never, ever forgot what was dear to us. And that's what gave us the strength to carry on.
You've no fight left to fight.
No. No. It will not end here. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call. The time is come to deliver your brethren from darkness. My heart's sole desire is a world free of sorrow. Join with me now in hope and prayer for the salvation of all. If you would usher in the end, then with my all shall I oppose you. As the avatar of those mortal heroes who fought unfalteringly in all their imperfection. As the warrior of light incarnate. Come, warrior of darkness. Let us finish this. What?
Herein I commit the chronicle of the traveler, shepherd to the stars in the dark. Though the world be sundered and our souls set adrift, where you walk, my dearest friend, fate shall surely follow. For yours is the 14th seat, the seat of Azam. Our seat. Before we were sundered.
An invocation of Eld. Though not of Hydaelyn's making. What are you? No, it matters not. You are the enemy, and you will fall. Even should it cost me everything, I will not forsake my duty.
Just as Hythlodaeus said, should we wish upon that starstone, that star crystal, we would realign the stars, and realign them we have. Now let's finish this, atop the crystal tower before the throne of Zand. Put down the warrior of light.
For my people, for our world, I will strike you down.
Champions from beyond the rift. Heed my call. Let's take this overblown Final Fantasy I reference and put him to the sword. A lot of first-timers here, and that's okay. I just hope they've watched a guide. I'll take the lead.
This battle shall be our last. Begone! Sword of Shadow! Darkness must be destroyed! Gleaming steel! Light my path!
No matter. If you will not fall, then you will be banished instead. Okay. Now, this next part is very important for everyone to succeed. Here, where we Ascians have been forced to retreat time and time again, you will meet your demise. In the rift. Everyone has to succeed here. Struggle all you like. Even should you break free, there is no way back. Ugh. If even one person fails that, we all wipe. You clutch the crystal of Azim to your breast and wish upon it with all your heart. And so it ends, in unceremonious silence. Now who's that?
You! It cannot be!
Now who do we know who always made that gesture? A final gift.
To me, warriors of light! I am salvation given form. Mankind's first hero and his final hope. For victory, I render up my all. Your demise will be our salvation.
Oh. Well, I was standing in the wrong spot. That's okay.
You still stand.
I was outside the shield. That's a bit anticlimactic, isn't it?
Be gone! Sword of Shadow! Darkness must be destroyed! My soul knows no surrender.
And he is now limit breaking.
Grant me strength.
Which limit break? All of them.
Gleaming steel, light my path! Begone, spawn of shadow! My beauty! No, not yet!
And soon enough, Elidibus is going to go down. We had better use our own limit break before he winds up using his. There he is.
No, I cannot fail. I will not.
Alright, that's it. And now the conclusion.
Fool! You have achieved nothing. I am immortal, yet I will never surrender.
Elidibus, so fixated were you on my memories of the future, you failed to heed the lessons of the past. Your obsession blinded you to the true nature of this tower, this beacon of hope for mankind. Created to serve as a reservoir for the limitless energy of the heavens. To harness and bind the boundless, not unlike white auracite. Your ill-begotten power, obtained by exploiting that which is best in us. I shall have it. Your soul and all!
Together. Cat husband.
this? Yes. I would become him. I would save everyone. This, I believed. Yet still they cried out in rage and despair. Divided over the fate of the star. A rare occurrence, always fleeting. But not this time. Not this time. Reconciliation. Elidibus. I was needed. I withdrew myself from Zodiark. For them. My people. My brothers. My friends. Stay strong. Keep the faith. At duty's end, we will meet again. We will. We will. The rains have ceased, and we have been graced with another beautiful day. But you are not here to see it.
Goodbye, Elidibus. I'm sorry it had to be this way, but I'll remember you. Oh, Graha.
I concede I may have overexerted myself. Steady now and listen. I told you before that I had a plan, and that when all is said and done, I would ask a favor of you. We have averted the 8th Umbral Calamity, found a way for everyone to return to the source, and, last but not least, we have secured the future of all the people of Norvrand. We have won, my friend. So, I hope you'll forgive me this moment of selfishness, and while I wouldn't want you to feel obliged, promise me you'll take me on your next adventure. A journey. Together. That's all I ask.
You know, you could have asked me earlier.
If I were to tell you that this isn't the end, that we will meet again, would you believe me? Thank you. My friend, with you, my mind and memory shall travel to the ends of the world and beyond. But in this place shall my body stand immovable. May it serve as an undying promise, not only to those who look to me for leadership, but to any soul who has known despair, that hope is everlasting.
There, the Exarch would remain, keeping his silent vigil. When the Scions were not released from his summoning spell, we proceeded with the plan to return them to the source. The Warrior of Darkness, however, retained her ability to traverse the two worlds at will. And in time, the Crystal Tower became a symbol of her link to the First, and of hope.
Now let's just hope. Beyond hope. That we can bring Graha home with us. No more star shower. No more specters of light. At such moments, it is hard to know what to say. Are you alright, my friend? Yeah, I'm good. You did well, Foxy. You and the Exarch. Shortly after you left, we observed that our enemy's ranks were no longer being replenished, presumably when your absence was noted. So we polished them off and came as quickly as we could. Which is to say, not quickly enough. But then you had the Exarch for company, didn't you? And you could ask for no better than that. You're right. Ere we descended from the throne room, I did chance upon an object which, if I have the right of it, did once... Mine apologies. Mayhap now is not an appropriate time. Let us speak of it later. Oh, alright. Sometimes I wish that I too had been gifted with the Echo. Then I might see what you have seen and glimpse into your heart without the need for words. Oh, maybe one day, Y'shtola. Am I alright? I should be the one asking you. But yes, I'm fine, thank you. We all are. Good. The people are fine, the city's fine, and the star showers have stopped. It's almost as if we'd gone back to the peaceful days that followed the knight's return. Almost. Yeah. Minus the Crystal Exarch. The only way is forward, so I have to believe that whatever lies ahead will be better than what came before. Anything new to say? No. Foxy, if you're ready, would you recount to us how the day unfolded? Sure. So you reached out to Elidibus at the last, and his heart was moved. I'm not sure I did the right thing. Perhaps you did. Perhaps you did not. None can say. But the important thing is this. Though violence proved unavoidable, you did at least come to understand your foe. And in knowing his hopes and dreams, do we best remember him and his legacy, as we were bade by Emmett Selk. So long as they remain unforgotten, the love he and his brethren bore for one another and the star may yet be rewarded. You said that an ancient came to your aid, but how is that possible? A gift from Emmett Selk. He knew of Elidibus's plight. Foreseeing his own death, he made provisions to bring Elidibus's suffering to an end, lest his friend be left to continue the struggle alone. Or so I wildly speculate. It is unlikely we will ever know the truth. I'd like to believe that. The best we can do is remember events as they happened, no more and no less. As the Runkins so rightly put it, history is learned, not lived. Ah, there you are. Oh, it's Backlog. My friend, we were given to understand that thou wert injured. Shouldst thou not be abed? Lie down at a time like this? Don't be absurd. I would have come sooner had the guards not made such a fuss. Now tell me what happened. Where is the Exarch? I see. Foxy, will you show me his spirit vessel? Yes, both his soul and memories seem intact. Unlike the others, his ether was not highly charged, and so it did not seem necessary to employ a familiar for the imbuing, but I needed to be certain all the same. Oh, what a relief. Then 'tis but a question of restoring his soul unto his flesh. And as thou didst lately tell me, the success of this process resteth on no more than our friend's soul recognizing his flesh as its own. Given his apparent desire to return to the source with Foxy, one would think his soul would be only too happy to be home, no? Surely it wouldn't balk at the relative newness of its accommodation. So one would hope, but none can speak for the Exarch's heart of hearts, and he can no longer speak for himself. Furthermore, though I have drawn upon all of my not inconsiderable experience to predict the outcome, the fact remains that there is no direct precedent for what we are attempting. Will his body accept his soul? Will his essences blend properly? Will he awaken whole of mind? Any number of things could go awry. Assuming I have succeeded in tempering your expectations, I should probably add that I did ask the Exarch if he still wished to return to the source, in full knowledge of the risks. A simple enough question, one would think, warranting a single-word reply, yet the answer I received was rather longer than that, almost comically so, in fact. Regardless, out of respect for the man, I shall attempt to recite it with a certain amount of poetic license. Ahem. As I grew older, the burdens I carried became ever more numerous, burdens which weighed upon my hopes, burying them deep within my breast, so deep that I couldn't be certain they were still there. But when I look around me, I am reminded that, no matter how deeply buried they may be, our hopes never truly disappear. No, they are always with us, guiding us, driving us. I see it in Vothri, who sought to vindicate his existence by creating his paradise. I see it in Ranjit, who forsook his life's cause in order to protect that which he held most dear. I see it in the people who chose to struggle rather than surrender to despair. And though our struggles may differ greatly, since the very beginning of time, they have all shared that one common thread: hope. We struggle because we have hope, and when the time comes, I too will embrace mine. I will follow my heart regardless of the risks. And I will live with all my being, as befits one who has been granted a second chance. There! As I told you, it was long, and unspeakably sentimental to boot. One would think them the outpourings of a dewy-eyed boy, not the old man the Exarch seems to believe he is. I mean, really, he's scarcely been alive as long as I've been in hiding. I dare say he is blushing in his vessel. Oh, I bet he is. Speaking of which, we should make ready for our journey. Time remains of the essence, after all. Needless to say, once we leave, there is no guarantee that we can return. If anyone has unfinished business, now is the time to see to it. I must pay a visit to Slitherbough. Let us reconvene here anon. There remain some few matters which require my attention in Ilmeg. May I leave Thancred in thy care, child? Thancred. I've been meaning to get some flowers for Minfilia. I thought you might help me choose them, and then we could go to Nabatha Rang together, one last time. A fine suggestion. Lead on. Well, it's back to Yulmore for me. Among other things, I owe the mayor an apology about his airship. I assume you have places of your own to be Alice. I shall see you later. The inn at Journey's Head, I'm sure. Brooding as usual. And who could blame her? I shall take this opportunity to conduct a final inspection of the spirit vessels. Given what is at stake, one can never be too thorough. Anybody else standing around out here? Nope. As you've probably guessed, I'm going to pay a visit to the inn at Journey's Head, but I want you to come too. I realize you don't need to say any farewells, but the Exarch does, if only in spirit. So I thought you might bring him along, so to speak. Sure. I'm sure he'd love the thought of being lugged about on his hero's back. Aw. So let's be off, shall we? I can't wait to see how Halrick's doing. Right. It's time for one last tour of the First. After this, we won't have many reasons to return.